I had now been on the road for over 2 weeks, and after exploring and hitchhiking around in northern Thailand, I finally made it to the border of Laos. I got on a bus, which would get me to the center of Vientiane, the capital city, as I ate my last delicious Thai food that my ride had given me for free. I had been in contact with a traveler from India over Instagram for a while, and surprisingly enough, we had both reached the city at the same time, so we obviously decided to hang out for the time being. I met Mr. India here. Say what's up.
What's up?
What is your name? I actually got.
My name is Kishan.
Kishan.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. He's from India. He knew me on Instagram and sent me a message. We're at a construction site right here. We're trying to get to the top. And these people are over here playing volleyball or some shit. They saw us and they're like, no, you can't go up. I'm like, what are you doing here, playing volleyball? Photo.
No.
We were walking down the market here and we spotted this skeleton looking like building, and then found a way up. We met another guy as well. He's from Africa. Abdul from Ouagadougou. Having stayed a night in yet another hostel, we set out to explore the city. We quickly realized that there wasn't a lot going on in Vientiane other than massive semi-built Chinese skyscrapers. Kishan was a massive fan of rooftoping, so we both agreed that climbing rooftops was a good way to spend most of our time there. We had to do it again. Little sunrise, sunset mission here. What the fuck is going on, dude? We're sitting up here, just talking, having a great time, and all of a sudden we hear a lot of voices. We ducked down because we thought it was security, and a minute later someone climbs up the ladder and just started laughing. Yeah, turned out there were a few monks here and just wanted to take some nice photos. So yeah. Abdul, tell me about the view.
The view is really incredible. It's spectacular. I cannot even describe the feeling, the joy I'm feeling right now. You really need to climb to really see by yourself. It's amazing.
We tried so many buildings today, and yesterday we also tried, but this is the best one. Some all like local people also joined us. We can see the river, sun. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
After watching the World Cup final, I felt like I had done enough in the capital and wanted to explore more of the country. So, I went to a bicycle shop to get my own mode of transport. I got a bike. Sun's gonna set in like an hour maybe. What do we do? Find somewhere to see the sunset?
Yeah.
Building?
No, where's maybe that's this one.
Okay. Wanna try it?
Yeah, I want to go new one, not the same one.
Alright. Yeah, I found a blanket. I'm not gonna say where I got that from, but you can probably guess. We made it to an Indian restaurant. I forgot to film the food, but just imagine some rice and a lot of good spices with chicken. Yeah, I have nowhere to sleep tonight. Well, I can't say that. I always have somewhere to sleep. I have an idea. We went to the building twice yesterday, or the building. So we're gonna go back to the building. Yeah, I'm supposed to meet the other guys there, but they gotta buy a bus ticket or something. I mean, my tent is still strapped on. I don't think anyone cares. Now I got another 20 or so floors to climb. made it. Yeah, man. You can't beat it. I woke up to a gorgeous sunrise the following morning, which I decided to patiently take in before packing up my things to start my bike journey across the country. I then went down to ground level and got some oatmeal, which I could use as emergency food just in case things went south along the way. I remember speaking to the guy who worked at a bike shop the day before and asked him whether or not he believed I was going to make it all the way to Vietnam on this bike. His answer was clear. He thought I had no shot. That was a good enough reason for me to go and do exactly that. This right here is flat tire territory. I'd assume that the whole country is flat tire territory. Things I usually don't do when I ride bikes is I get some equipment or some extra shit to fix flat tires. However, this time I did it. I got some patches, some glue, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So if I do end up getting a flat, I should be able to fix it. Ooh, got some food. Not bad. How do you get two? One here, one here. I finished up the food. I'm quite full. I've got 4 liters of water here. Actually, no, it's only 3. I'm gonna find somewhere to set up camp. I mean, I've been going 130 kilometers a day. I'm tired, and yeah. Also, I don't want to ride in the dark because I don't have lights, and the roads are horrible. Traffic is pretty good, but yeah. Oh. Yeah, I slept here. Not the worst place to spend the night. Pretty sandy. Everything is full of sand now, but it is about 8. And it's 27 kilometers now to Vang Vieng. I'm probably not gonna get there today. Maybe I'm gonna get there tonight or tomorrow, because I'm gonna do a little left turn right before the city. Should be some mountains and shit to climb apparently. But yeah, it's beautiful out here. Okay, I almost camped there. I'm happy I didn't do that. It said on that sign. Great. Crazy shit. starting to get a little hungry. I'm gonna try to find somewhere to eat. Hello. Are you open? I'm hungry. You have?
This probably looks good. Yeah, I'll get that.
This?
Spicy. Some meat and some vegetables and meat.
This bridge over here, it's a railroad bridge. It's double tracked. It's built by the Chinese. It's high-speed rail. Yeah, the Chinese are investing a lot here in Southeast Asia. I mean, I didn't see it a lot in Thailand, but I've seen it a lot here. Chinese letters everywhere. I've heard it's the same about Vietnam and Cambodia. I took a left turn of the main road towards the river I'd seen on Google Maps. What surprised me the most was how clear and turquoise the water of the river looked. There wasn't much around apart from a small road, so I figured that this was the perfect spot to relax for an hour or two. Although my final destination was in total over 1,000 kilometers, I told myself to relax along the way and to enjoy the scenery and surroundings. Being so used to constantly pushing myself, it felt really odd and untimely. Yet, there was after all no reason to rush through the country. Therefore, I accepted my rare moment of peace and focused on enjoying every bit of it. Can I go up there? No. Is there any ways up? No? Yeah, it doesn't seem like I can get on top of that mountain. However, I spoke to another lady. There are 2 viewpoints up there that I can go to. Possibly there is a tiny trail to the third one, or the one that I want to go to, but I don't know. As I thought, some people came. Then I spotted this semi-built platform thing, and I came over here and no one's here, everyone's over there. So I got this place all for myself. I'm gonna chill out here for a bit, see the sunset, and then probably head into town. I rode into town after sunset and tried spending the night in a construction building, but unfortunately, the locals saw me going up the stairs and kindly asked me to leave. At this point, it was already late, and the weaker part of me thought that I should check out some hotels, which I gladly did. What I didn't know though was that Laos is in fact the cheapest country in Southeast Asia, and I managed to score a room for just over $5. The chickens outside of my room woke me up way before crack of dawn, so I began to explore the city early. Well, what's interesting about Vang Vieng isn't actually the city itself, but the surrounding landscape. So I made a decision to do another hike, and this time, the tallest possible one, since I wasn't able to find the trail the day prior.
It's so muddy here. Fuck.
Alrighty. I'm here. Heading straight into additional gravel. I love it. We are on our way up. Once again. Well, this should be the right mountain. And if it's not, I don't know what to say. My legs are fucked already. I don't know why. Yesterday I was running up that mountain. Well, it's definitely not getting colder the further I climb. It is way warmer here than Vientiane. I'm supposed to do a left turn, but actually I'm doing a right turn. Left turn would take me to a beautiful viewpoint, but the right turn would take me to where the hell I want to go, which I think is going to be even better. I made it, man. Absolutely phenomenal. Holy shit. You can even see down to the mountain where I was yesterday, where I saw the sunset. It's like twice as high. It is unbelievable. You can see the whole entire town. This gotta be one of the best viewpoints this city has to offer. I think it's time to leave this place now. It's a beautiful area. City is okay, but a bit touristy for me anyways. So yeah, we're heading this way towards another touristy place called Luang Prabang. I mean, there has to be a reason why that place is also so touristy, so I might as well just at least stop by. Also, I gotta wait 8 days to enter Vietnam because I put the visa on the wrong date. So, I mean, it's still around 800 kilometers or 700 to the border, so that means it's probably fine anyways. Fuck, man, look at this. It's so nice out here. It is unbelievable. It's blue, it's orange, it's green. Everything, dude. What in the world is this world? Just cruising down. The hills of rural Laos were spectacular, to say the least. They also provided some pretty exhausting uphill riding, which at one point during that evening seemed literally endless. I had been trying to find somewhere to camp for some time, but I found myself completely out of water and had no idea where the next town was. Fuck, dude. It's been one hell of a climb today. I don't want to know how much I've done today at all. I've barely moved on the map. This is supposed to be the top, right? Here we got a sign, 149 kilometers to Luang Prabang. I don't remember how much it was earlier, but let me cross this before it comes. But I was really hoping there was some water here. I don't know if this is the top, but looking over there, it kind of seems like it. Dude, I fucking found water. Holy shit, dude. Somebody. Two.
Okay.
I'm really hungry. Do you have anything else good here? Coffee? Pepsi. Sun is going down. So I'm gonna find somewhere to sleep. I actually just passed a really nice place right before I found a shop, and I considered going back, but now the fact that I'm going down, well, I'm not going to sleep there. I'm gonna find somewhere else. At this point, I was kind of desperate to find somewhere to set up camp. I approached this property and I noticed this unoccupied little shack with an incredible view behind it. I thought that this wouldn't have been too bad of a spot to sleep at, so I walked up to the people who lived there and kindly asked them if they would let me crash in for the night. Luckily, they agreed and even provided me with a blanket as I was setting up my tent. After watching the sun go down, I crawled into my tent and slept until the sun rose back up again.
I bought some emergency bananas like 10 minutes ago, and then I came into this town, so I didn't know if there was an actual town here or not. And then, yeah, a restaurant, so that's good. Savadi, you have a menu?
No menu.
No menu. Okay, what do you have?
Fried rice, fried noodle, omelette.
Fried rice?
Yes.
Can I have chicken?
Chicken.
Egg on top?
Okay.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, one.
What the fuck? I've been climbing for a bit now. It goes up and down like all the time. But I'm in another village here. Seems like there's actually something going on here. I bet they have some incredible food. Too bad I barely got money.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see a road, but I'm probably heading up there. Look at this place. Made it back down. After descending over 1,000 meters in elevation, I ate some noodles at a restaurant before carrying on with a bike ride. Luang Prabang was only 60 kilometers away, which I decided was going to be my next stop. While that distance may not sound like a lot, the roads were incredibly rocky and curvy, and I now had to climb over 700 meters, slowing my pace down by a lot. Honestly, ever since leaving Vang Vieng, the road kept taking me up and down mountains, revealing some insane scenery. But it also took a toll on my body, so when I got to the top of what I believed was the last mountain pass before the next city, I took my chance once again to ask some locals if I could sleep at their shack. Coincidentally, it was Christmas Eve, and given the circumstances, I couldn't imagine a better spot to spend the evening at, even if I tried. I got back on the bike the following morning after the gnarliest Christmas celebration I've ever experienced abroad. On the descent, a flat tire stalled my progress, but I was grateful that I had actually bothered bringing a repair kit along. The plan was to stay in Luang Prabang for at least 2 days, and when I arrived, I got myself another cheap hotel as a late Christmas gift. The idea was to see whether or not the city stood up to its reputation and to get some bicycle parts fixed as well. gonna be honest, Luang Prabang was quite busy, especially with tourists. Not only that, but I was really struggling with finding things to do because there wasn't much going on. Hence, I opted for the next town, which, although smaller, did at least seem somewhat interesting.
We got sun, we got good weather, and of course, amazing scenery. Whoa! So it is about right now, I think, around 30 kilometers to Kyong Kiao, or whatever town I mentioned earlier today, which is great. It's been relatively flat the entire way. Oh. What even is that? Ban Nong Kriao, or some shit. I think we're here. Look at the beautiful mountains around here. Holy crap. It is a beautiful morning and I am with Rafa from Spain. I met him last evening while climbing a little viewpoint, and today we're doing the exact same thing, just a bigger one. It is about 9 right now, right?
Yeah.
And it's about an hour somewhere up there. So that's the mission. How you feeling?
Nice. Shower. But cool. Whoa. Crazy. There was like a house.
Yeah, I think we gotta continue the trail. And it should just be up on that next hill. We made it! Yay! Woo.
You travel in Mexico also with your camera?
Yeah, this one right here.
Whoa.
I got along with Rafa very well, and we ended up doing a hike every day together for 3 days in a row. I don't know if that was the smartest thing to do, since I had quite the distance I needed to cover to get to the Vietnamese border, but at the same time, the surroundings were so beautiful that I was forced to utilize my time there well before continuing on.
It is time to move. And now, I mean it. I've been here a bit longer than what I kind of wanted to, but at the same time, I've had a good time, and yeah, I guess I spent my holidays the right way. The plan is not simple, but it's straightforward. Get to Vietnam. I'm not gonna get there first, even if I tried. Because yesterday I checked the route and it's all curvy. Yeah, it's 400 kilometers and today it is the 30th. And also I have to climb 8,000 meters up. Yeah, basically I have to climb Mount Everest while also cycling 400 kilometers, sorry. We are rolling once again here. It's gonna be one hell of a trip to Vietnam, but I'm all up for it. Holy shit. I'm not warm. How the fuck is it so cold up here? I was sweating balls all day. Barely done. But I'm past. Oh yeah. Holy shit, dude. I love it. I love this shit. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, I needed a little break here. I wanted to get some food, but there's nothing out here. I found this little supermarket, so I might as well try some local stuff, you know. This looks very interesting. I didn't imagine it being sweet. Yeah, it's not the best, but it's definitely going down. Brown and white biscuits with white cream in the middle. They're good. They're real good. Been cycling all day. It is about almost 3 now. And the thing is, like, the roads are horrible, so it's so hard to have good average pace. The fact that it goes up and down, that's one thing, but the roads are just making it incredibly worse, the potholes and shit. But my goal was 100 kilometers today. It's possible. I know there's a lot of downhill, or there should be a lot of downhill. I've been going up for a while. Oh, it's cold now. All the sweat dried and yeah, turning me into a fucking frozen snowman. Ah. Savadi.
Despite the horrible roads, I managed to knock down 100 kilometers before setting up camp. This bike ride had also turned into a struggle since I barely was able to find places to get food along the way. I ended up living off of oranges and mostly sweet things that I bought at the locals. It definitely wasn't a lot, but it was just enough to keep me going, which I couldn't complain about.
Today is a tough day. Probably because I barely ate yesterday, which makes sense. I'm gonna have to find somewhere to eat. Absolutely starving. Okay. Welcome to Dun Khun. I don't expect any restaurants look small, but at this point I just want to eat anything from a supermarket or anything. I'm having a look at every damn building. It's so dead so far. I think I see something across. It's windy today. Interesting. Oh, look at this. Dude, there is nothing here, man. Alright, it's about an hour later and we have reached Sakok. I tried to ask her if she had any food, just by showing like, oh, I'm trying to eat some. She had nothing, but I found some Chinese biscuits. Not even no fruit, no nothing. Yeah, I'm one day late for the party. But I found a chair. I'm gonna chug water. I'm gonna eat this. Yeah, I just want to eat something, man. Haircut. There we go. Finally. Oh, bunch to choose from.
I finally made it to a town that served food at a restaurant, and it felt phenomenal to finally eat something that wasn't sweet and full of sugar. They only served noodle soup that, up until then, never filled me up, but sufficed for the time being. Having eaten some real food, I rode through town and stacked up on bananas and oranges since I had no idea how far it was to the next town, and then I began climbing upwards again. In fact, it went uphill for a couple of hours, and the next thing I knew, I was up in the clouds as it began to get darker. My body was aching from the lack of food and the uphill struggle, so I found it necessary to set up camp for a good night's sleep.
Happy New Year. It's the 1st of January today, and it has been the worst night in Asia. Holy fuck. Even with my blanket that I stole from the hostel, it's still outrageously cold. My sleeping mat only covers half of my body, and it's so thin that I have to curl up in a ball and sleep like this. My brakes are getting worse, so we'll see how that goes. I need a tool to tighten it, but I don't have that.
The amount of downhill I had been facing over the last couple of days had slowly turned into a problem for me. As much as I enjoyed the reward of riding downwards, my brakes had taken a massive beating, which resulted in the brake pads wearing out almost completely. I had to be extremely cautious and only use the brakes when necessary, but that wasn't an easy task, given that I was either going up steep roads or going down steep roads. As the day progressed, the brake pads seemed to have gotten so worn out to the point where no matter how hard I pulled the brakes, it wouldn't slow me down.
I can brake. I cannot brake. Dude, this is scary. This is so scary. I'm flooring this bitch. Come on. I can't brake. I have to walk downhill because the brakes don't fucking work. If they're not even braking now, I'm not even on it. This is horrendous. There's a little town here. If not, I saw some buildings up. I gotta go up again, so that's fun. But yeah, maybe there is like a mechanic here or some shit. I have a problem with the brake. You have it here? Oh. Anyone here? Up. Okay. The struggle continues. They have tightened my brakes, but fuck, dude. They're still so hard. Oh, is that bananas? I want bananas. Yeah, so I gotta be real careful downhill now. I need to replace my brakes. That's probably, I think anyways, the only way to sort this. I've just been braking so much, you know? Yeah, I don't like this. I don't even... I used to love downhills, now I don't. For obvious reasons. It's absolutely horrid. I think it's maybe 50 kilometers to the next town, and there they're supposed to have a lot. It's a fairly big village, actually. Oh, that's good. There I should look for new brake pads. If they don't have it, I don't know if I'm gonna make it all the way to Hanoi, let alone the border of Vietnam.
After spending yet another night freezing in my tent on top of a mountain, I woke up with a bad cold. I was hoping to get to the next big town as soon as possible to get my bike fixed, but due to a lot of downhills, it slowed me down drastically, and honestly now, I was wishing for uphill riding more than anything. My motivation was also depleted, and I wasn't even sure if I wanted to carry on riding to get to the border. The thought of having over 100 kilometers left with 2,000 meters in elevation scared me, especially without any brakes. My body was also wrecked because of extreme calorie deficit over the last couple of days, so once I got to town, I ate a heavy meal and got myself a hotel to give me enough time to figure it all out.
Well, here I am. These past days where I've been cycling, I've barely been eating, and it's been cold and warm, and I just feel like shit, man. But hey, it cost me what? 70,000 kip? Around €4?
I walked around town for a bit to explore my options of bike repairment, but it turned out that there wasn't much I could do. Although I was in the biggest city since Luang Prabang, the only bikes they had were meant for kids, and the brake pads my bike was equipped with wasn't something you'd be able to replace anywhere. I thought back to the conversation I had with the person who sold me the bike. He thought I wasn't going to make it to Vietnam, so the following morning, I said fuck it, packed my stuff, and decided to go without brakes anyways. It was going to get difficult and slow, but I had a goal and I wanted to achieve it, and there was nothing anyone could do to stop me.
I can't stop right now. This is amazing.